What's up everybody, Benwell here. Welcome to Tactical Fellowship. You saw Grand Thumb's 870, but wondered why yours runs like this. The purpose of today's video is to show you how to course correct an 870 that's struggling to load shells as it should. I've wasted hundreds of shells figuring this out so you don't have to. Watch and learn how to get your pump gun back in the game, loading your next shot with 100% probability. So good! Before we get to that though, how about you go ahead and stick your thumb up YouTube's anti-gun loving hole by liking and subscribing, and you gotta go check out the kit page, link above and below. It's where I do all the work for you, such as reaching out to vendors to secure custom discounts exclusively for viewers of Tactical Fellowship, and so much more. So check out the kit page and to Taco Bet! If you're watching this video, you're in a desperate place. Alright, so the first thing to consider is your foregrip loose? Do you have excessive side-to-side wobble? When your foregrip is all the way forward in battery, does it actually slide back a little bit, like 1/8 of an inch or a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch? If that's happening to you, it means your foregrip nut is loose and you need to tighten that thing up. This little insignificant detail could be the reason why you're inducing failure to feeds or ejects into the equation. So make sure your foregrip is tight. The second thing to consider is a worn out carrier dog spring. If you're using heavier loads like double-aught buck and slugs, you'll need a spring that's able to flick the lifter to full tilt as easy as possible. Remington 1100s and Police 870s came with this better spring, black in color, opposed to the dumb silver one that I had installed in my Remington Express. It's hard to find these springs actually, really hard. America doesn't seem to manufacture or have any of these springs anymore. But I was able to find some in Canada, probably because a shotgun is the only thing you're really allowed to have in Canada. Check out the kit page for all those details and links. The install of the spring was not too difficult at all. Like I said, the harder thing is finding the spring, not necessarily the install. Replacing the carrier dog follower spring might fix your gun. Sadly for me, it didn't. I still had FTLs even after this upgrade. Not as much, but enough. And this black carrier dog spring, while better than the OEM Express version I replaced, just isn't the same as the option I'm going to show you at the end of this video. Third thing to consider though is the barrel's feed ramp, or lack thereof. Now, shotguns don't have feed ramps as pistol barrels do per se, but the better barrels will have a beveled edge on the exterior of the barrel to help shells get in and up. To hit this point home, consider this side by side. On the left is a stock Express 26-inch barrel that had that stupid sticky chamber issue for as long as I can remember. The Carlson's barrel fixed the sticky chamber issue for me, but I also started getting more FTLs when that barrel was installed than I remember getting before. And here's probably why. Let's look at that chamber exterior again. And what you're going to see is how completely flat it is. It's got zero beveled edge. The shell was hitting that flat square ledge and stopping the shell dead in its track instead of helping it up and in. So how did I fix this, and how would you fix this? The barrel came off and the Dremel came out. Did a little bit of Sharpie here to indicate how much surface area to take off, and I just went for it. I didn't have anything to lose. And here's the end result. I know what you're thinking, bro, this is ugly as sin, and yes, it kinda is, but it absolutely decreased the amount of FTLs I was getting. Even if the lifter went low, it was still hitting low enough where it was able to hit a little bit of that beveled incline and help that shell slide up and in, instead of absolutely hitting the brakes at the rim. Sadly though, I would still get the occasional FTL when the lifter would do like a supremely low lift, like even below my ramp carve out. And this is about the moment that I went insane. But we're not done yet. There might be light at the end of this tunnel for you, because the fourth thing that I want you to consider, you might be better off just buying a completely new trigger group, because the carrier dog spring didn't fix it, and the barrel ramp carve out didn't fix it. And at this point, you don't have any idea what to do, and I don't have any idea what to do next either. So in utter desperation, I searched the internet and I was able to find a site selling practically brand new 870 Police Magnum trigger groups. Details where to go for that is on the kit page. You choose one of 3 conditions, good, better, best. I picked the best condition, and as you can see, it's got rust on it. Put it in my cart, hit send, really wasn't expecting much. But when I got it, I was immediately impressed by some critical differences when I placed these two trigger groups side to side. Let's check that out. The Express trigger group is on the bottom, the Police Magnum is on the top. First thing to note is that the bottom one is plastic. You can see with the seam right there, and textured to look like it's a metal, whereas this one is actually all metal. Key difference here is going to be the ease of which this comes up and comes down, like just not a lot. This one takes significantly more and it really shoots down. I have to hold this down with so much more pressure while I'm pushing down because it doesn't want to go down. So this one, I'm hardly doing any pressure at all, and this just wants to go down. So this one's way, way weaker feeling. I wondered if the Police Magnum had a supercharged black spring already installed. And while I didn't take it apart to officially find out, I think I answered the question with the following test. Let me push down on this with just my fingertip. With just my fingertip on this, this is a black one. This is a black spring from the other place. Up and down pretty easy. Now this one, guys, I cannot hardly even push this down without my fingernail flexing in me, feeling like I'm going to lose my finger nail in the process. So this one is way more difficult to push down than this right here. Just so whatever magic they have in this is the ticket. Jump on getting one of these. I don't care the condition. Clean it up, and I think you're going to have an 870 the way you want it to be. And boys and girls, this ended up being the missing piece of the puzzle for me. My 870 is now running like a flipping champion.
Boy, that goes so fast when it works.
So I don't know if I had gotten the Police Magnum trigger group first, if the Carlson barrel without the ramping would have been just fine without adding that carve out. I just don't know. I do know though that it now has a ramped exterior profile similar to a more higher end Van Comp, and I can't help but think that that is an overall benefit to the gun long run. So I am completely fine with me having done that. All that to say, you may not need to do that Dremel exterior work if you get the Police Magnum trigger group first. I just don't know. To close, I gotta say, I'm just incredibly pumped to have brought a piece of crap into something that I really like shooting and believe will load 100% of the time. So guys, I hope this has been helpful to you, getting that pump gun running like it should. Be sure to check out the kit page for all your next steps to get it running like GTs. And as always, ride fast, shoot straight, get off the couch and into some tactical fellowship, and we'll see you next time.